Hello, and welcome to Cheesehead Trivia. I'm your host, Patrick Fleece. We have 3 contestants who are ready to put their knowledge of Wisconsin sports to the test. There will be 5 rounds of questions, including 1 video question at the end of the round. The contestant who answers correctly will receive a point, and the player with the most points at the end of the round will win. Now, let's introduce our contestants. Contestant number 1, could you tell us your name and a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Robin. I'm from Hills Corners, Wisconsin. Favorite baseball player of all time is Barry Larkin.
All right, interesting. And contestant 2?
Hi, my name's John. I'm from Greenfield, Wisconsin. I enjoy watching all of the Wisconsin teams, Bucks, Packers, Brewers. Go Giannis.
All right, you're in the right place for this. And contestant 3?
I'm Seth Wasserman. I'm from Bayside, Wisconsin, and I watch all Milwaukee sports, plus some other ones that we don't have as like a professional hockey team.
Oh, we have an AHL team. No, next best thing.
No.
All right, contestants, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Without further ado, let's get things underway. Question number 1. This brewer leads the franchise in career stolen bases. Seth.
Ricky Weeks.
Incorrect. I'm sorry. Anybody else?
Robin Young.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Robin?
I'm going to say Jesus Aguilar.
I'm sorry. The answer is Paul Molitor. Paul
Makes
Molitor.
sense.
All right. Question 2. This Badger was the Heisman Trophy winner in the year 1999. John.
Ron Dane.
It sure was. Great running back. More so in college than NFL, but
Absolutely.
great for the Badgers at least. All right. This Badger was the Rookie of the Year and the first Brewer to ever win the Rookie of the Year. Oh, Robin.
I'm going to say Ryan Braun.
That is correct.
There you go.
The first ever. Can't believe it took so long. All right. What NHL team are the Milwaukee Admirals affiliated with? Seth.
Nashville Predators.
That is correct. We've had a lot of great players come through Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Pecorine.
Pecorino did come through here, yeah.
All right, question
Certainly
5. This Badger holds the school record for passing yards in a season.
Russell Wilson.
Seth. That is correct. All right, you're on a roll. Let's go straight into question number 6. This Packers receiver won the Comeback Player of the Year award in 2016. John.
Donald Driver.
That is incorrect.
Craig Jennings.
Also incorrect. Maybe if I reread the question, it might help. This
comeback?
Packers
Oh.
receiver won the Comeback Player of the Year award in 2016. Seth, you already answered incorrectly. Robin.
I'm going to say Reggie White.
No, I don't.
No, he wasn't a receiver.
Incorrect. It was 2016, guys. It was Jordy
Jordy
Nelson.
Jordy Nelson. That was my
Came
next
back
guess.
from that torn knee ligament.
That's right.
All right, we have one more question before we get to the video question. And question 7 is, in what year did the Brewers start playing in the National League? Robin.
I'm going to say 1987.
Oh, that is incorrect. Seth.
I want to say like 1997.
It was incorrect for Robin. It's also incorrect for Seth. It's not 1997. John, for the steal?
1982.
Oh, I'm sorry, that is incorrect. You guys were both off by 1 year. It was 1998.
Did
1998.
you say 1997? I thought you said 87.
She said 87.
Oh, okay. I said 97.
All right, so we have our video question up next. So if you guys want to get your slates ready. And the video question is...
Camp Randall Stadium has been the home of Wisconsin Badgers football since 1895 and has been a fully functioning stadium since 1917. Camp Randall is the oldest stadium in the Big Ten and the 41st largest in the country. What was Camp Randall Stadium named after?
All right, contestants, you seem a little dumbfounded.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you 5 more seconds to write down an answer. It's better to take a guess than to not write anything down at all. I invite you to at least guess. Just put something down. It doesn't hurt to guess. You don't lose points. You only have points to gain. All right. And markers down. Markers down. All right. Robin, let's see what you have. Answer, James Randall. Okay, and John, you have?
Captain Randall.
Captain Randall, okay. And Seth has Mr. Randall. All right,
I spelled it
and
wrong too.
the answer is...
The question is not what, but where. Camp Randall Stadium is named after its location, Camp Randall, a military base used during the Civil War where more than 70,000 soldiers trained for service over the 4 years it was in use. The military base itself was named after a wartime governor named Alexander W. Randall. Originally comprising of 53.5 acres, the state bought the land in 1893 and deeded it to the University of Wisconsin, who has owned it ever since.
Sorry, none of you guys got that correct. I'm sorry, Seth. We're not going to take Mr. Randall. It was worth a shot, though.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right, and we're going to move on to the point totals now, and the point totals are on the screen here. And let's move on to round number 2 now. So the first question in round number 2, what was the nickname of the 87 Brewers? Robin.
It was Team Strike.
Sorry, what was that?
Team Strike.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Judges are telling me it's incorrect.
Team
John.
Streak.
That is correct. John he's stolen the point. All right, next question. Which brewer was the American League MVP twice? Anybody? John.
Robin Yount.
It was, in fact, Robin Yount. All right, question 10. Who was the Super Bowl MVP of Super Bowl 31?
Aaron Rodgers.
Seth. Incorrect. I'm sorry.
31.
Super Bowl MVP
Oh,
of 31. John.
Brett Favre.
That is also incorrect. I'm sorry. He was the starting quarterback, but did not win the MVP that year. Robin, any
No
guesses?
idea. Reggie White.
That is also incorrect. The answer it was actually Desmond Howard.
Oh, yeah.
He
the
returned
run.
that kick
the return,
the kick
yeah.
return for touchdown.
Kick
Yeah,
return.
yeah.
Won him the game.
He stole that from Brett Favre. It was one time to get the Super Bowl MVP. And what can you do?
I said 31 or 50 now. I should know that.
All right, question 11. This quarterback holds the NFL record for career interceptions. John.
Brett Favre.
It sure was. Threw a lot of touchdowns, threw a lot of picks too, but we don't
Yeah.
talk about the picks as much. All right. Question 12. This Badger had the nickname Crazy Legs. John.
Elroy Hirsch.
That is correct. It was Elroy Hirsch. All right. Question 13. What year did the Admirals join the American Hockey League? Seth, you're the hockey guy.
More than me.
What year did they join the American Hockey League?
So I think that when it was created, so I think it was the IHL until I think 1995, 96, maybe. I don't know.
Can I have an answer?
I'll have it 1997.
That is incorrect. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Anyone else? John.
1996.
That is correct. Trying to steal his answer there. Thank you.
God.
Both were wrong, though, unfortunately. Robin. any-
95.
No, I'm sorry. It was 2001.
Wow.
Wow.
2001. Pretty recent. All right, and this is the last question before the video question. How many numbers do the Milwaukee Bucks have retired? How many numbers? Robin.
I'm going to say 5.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
I'm going to say 2.
That is also incorrect. I'm sorry.
4.
No, they have more than they've had a history of great players. They have 9 numbers retired. Milwaukee Bucks. 9 numbers. All right, so we have our video question up next. If you guys want to get your markers and slates ready, and our video question is, without further ado,
After founding the Packers in 1919, I made the decision in 1921 to join what is now the NFL and coach the Packers for the franchise's first 31 seasons, leading to 6 NFL championship wins. Who am I?
all right, contestants, the question again. He founded the Packers in 1919 and made the decision in 1921 to join what is now the NFL. And he coached the Packers' first 31 seasons. All right, give you a couple more seconds now.
Why can't
All right, and markers down. Robin, let's see what you have. Vince Lombardi. John, what do you have? Vince Lombardi and
yeah,
Seth.
I didn't make it. I forgot.
Oh.
I forgot it was. I
Well,
blanked.
the answer was Curly Lambeau.
wow.
Curly
We were
Lambeau.
both
That's what I
wrong.
was gonna write down, but
Yeah, Vince Lombardi. That
knows?
was like the 60s. Come on, guys.
Curly Lambeau, yeah.
All right, and then we have the scores on the screen now. And without further ado, we'll move on to round 3. So round 3, the 15th question, what is the Admiral's mascot? Seth.
What is he, or what's his name?
His name, sorry.
Roscoe.
That is correct, Roscoe the dog.
Sea Dog.
Sea dog, didn't know that. All right, number 16, Miller Park is the only Major League Baseball stadium to serve this condiment.
Stadium sauce.
Seth. Sorry, can I say that again?
Stadium sauce?
Our judges will allow is the secret stadium
Secret
sauce.
stadium sauce.
We'll allow it. A point for Seth. All right. Question 17. In what year did the Badgers win the NCAA basketball tournament? What year did they win the basketball tournament? I know the Badgers haven't
No clue.
been winning lately in tournaments, but they did win.
Final Four was a couple years.
That was a long time ago.
Kaminsky.
Anybody, doesn't hurt to guess. Robin,
I'm going to say 92.
that is incorrect. Seth,
1989.
that is also incorrect. John, any guesses?
1986.
No, you guys are thinking too soon. It was 1941. Quite a long ways away. What a great team that was. A lot of great players on that team, I tell you.
Yeah, 50 years before I was born.
Right?
All right, question 18. How many Packers were inducted into the Hall of Fame in the year 1963? In that 1 year, how many Packers were inducted? John?
3.
Incorrect. Seth?
I want to say 4.
That is correct. 4 Packers were inducted.
Yeah.
All right.
Recognition.
Next question, number 19. Who was the first player to enter the Hall of Fame as a Milwaukee Brewer? John.
Aaron. Hank Aaron.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. It was not Hank Aaron.
Oh,
He
he's
wasn't a
Braves.
brewer. Yeah. I'm gonna say Robin. Bob Euchre.
Sorry, what was the
I would say
final?
Bob Euchre.
That is incorrect. I'm sorry. And
Yeah,
Robin.
played
I'm going to
for-
say
Chance to
Cecil
steal.
Cooper.
No, that is incorrect. It was on the tip of your tongue, Seth. It was
Robin.
Robin.
Was it
Yount.
Robin yet?
Yes.
Thought it'd be edgy.
All right, question number 20. In 1995, this Major League Baseball team was the first team to win 3 championships in 3 different cities. This team was the first team to win 3 championships, 3 cities. We're looking for the team name. Robin?
Badgers.
That is incorrect. I'm sorry, the answer was the Braves. The Braves.
Yeah, they won.
Yeah.
Andres Galarraga. All those guys.
It was Boston, Milwaukee, and Atlanta they all played in. All right,
that makes sense.
this is the last question before our video question. In what year was Giannis Antetokounmpo, the GOAT, drafted?
The goat. He was drafted in
Seth,
2014.
that is incorrect. I'm sorry.
2015.
That is incorrect. I'm sorry. Robin, chance to steal.
2013.
That is correct. Point for Robin. All right, so now we have our video question. Get your slates and markers ready. And the video question is...
Pfizer Forum became the new home of Milwaukee Bucks in 2018, replacing the Bradley Center. The Bradley Center held decades of history and memories, 30 playoff wins, the last playoff game, and the last game ever at the Bradley Center, being against the Boston Celtics in 2018. Now it is time for Milwaukee and the Bucks to make new memories at the Pfizer Forum, starting with this opponent.
All right, the first opponent in the Pfizer Forum. The first ever opponent in the Pfizer Forum for the Milwaukee Bucks. All right, a couple more seconds. All right,
Oh, that's right.
and markers down. Robin, what have you got there?
Celtics.
Robin's got the Celtics. John has Cleveland, the Cavaliers, and the Lakers. I'm sorry, but the answer is actually the Chicago Bulls. This is a little tricky one. It was including the preseason game. It was against the Bulls.
Yeah.
A little bit of a tricky question there. All right, and now we're going to have the point totals on the screen here. All right, and on to round 4. Question 22. This Packers receiver was the first receiver to break 1,000 yards in a season. John.
Sterling Sharp.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. First Packers receiver to
Ever?
1,000 yards. Ever.
Ever. Oh.
Seth.
I'm gonna say Robert Brooks.
That is incorrect. Robin.
No idea. No
Care
idea.
to throw out a guess?
Nope.
The answer was Don Hudson.
Wow.
Practically invented the receiver position. Before that, they just did the pitch play. Didn't even think of throwing the pass before Don Hudson.
Sweet.
How could they?
And 23 is who leads the Packers in all-time receiving yards?
Sterling Sharp.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. He's a great player, but no.
Reggie White.
He played defense, but no, so no.
Don't know the player.
And Seth, for the steal.
I'm gonna go with Greg Jennings. Man,
That's incorrect. Didn't he only play for like 3 seasons with the Packers?
No, he played like for like 8 seasons.
Oh. Well, the answer was actually Donald Driver.
Oh,
He played way more
Duh.
seasons than Greg Jennings.
that's what I meant. Yeah, not Greg Jennings. Tom Driver.
Yeah, you know, of
That
course,
was my
learned
second
the receiver
guess.
position watching Don Hudson, so he had that advantage.
Classic.
Of course.
Classic Don Hudson stuff. You know.
Yeah, not fair watching that guy play. 24. First Milwaukee Bucks player to receive the MVP award is. Seth.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
That is correct.
Okay.
Known as Lou Alcindor also back in the day. All right, and the last question before the video question is how many MVPs did Mr. Brett Favre win in his career? John.
1.
Incorrect. Seth.
He won 2.
Incorrect.
3.
Robin.
3.
4.
It is 3. Nice to try to psych her out, but it is 3. We'll give the point to Robin there. All right, and we have our video question. So guys, get your slates ready and your markers. And the video question is,
Miller Park's retractable roof is perfect for terrible weather conditions, keeping your seat dry and up to 30 degrees Fahrenheit warmer than outside. But on beautiful days, the roof can stay open to let the sun shine in. The unique fan-shaped design is the only one in North America and can be opened or closed in less than 10 minutes. Miller Park isn't the only stadium with a retractable roof, however. Do you know how many Major League Baseball stadiums have a retractable roof?
including the Brewers, how many stadiums in the MLB have a retractable roof? Give you 5 more seconds to write your answer down. All right, Robin, let's see it.
2.
2. John has 3, and Seth has 3, and the answer is actually 6.
Wow.
They're growing in
I didn't think
numbers,
that many.
you know, each season that goes by.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, and now we're on to the next
Miami.
round.
Yeah.
So the next question is, who is the voice of the Milwaukee Brewers? John.
Bob Uecker.
That is correct.
was
You know,
gonna write it
terrific catcher, terrific guy all around.
Good actor.
Number
Yeah.
27 is in 1994. Who did the Milwaukee Bucks draft number 1 overall? Seth.
Glenn Robinson.
It was Big Dog, indeed. Yes, Glenn Robinson. All right. So in 2007, Prince Fielder became the youngest player in MLB history to do what? Seth.
Hit 50 home runs in a season.
That is correct. Point for Seth. All right, and we have another video question coming at you. If you guys want to get your slates ready, and the video question is,
On the icy December day in 1993, the Green Bay Packers defeated the Oakland Raiders 28-0 with the help of a play that Wisconsin will not soon forget, a fumble lateral to this player who ran into the end zone and jumped into the arms of the crowd in celebration. This has since become a tradition at Lambeau and has been dubbed the Lambeau Leap.
question is, in essence, who invented the Lambeau Leap? I'll give you a couple more seconds here. John seems very confident here. Robin, not so much.
Nope.
Doesn't hurt to throw it on a guess, Robin. Come on.
I don't know.
All right, and we are out of time. I'm sorry, Robin, did you write anything down at all?
Nope.
I'm sorry. And John has Leroy Butler, and Seth has
You got it.
Antonio Freeman. The answer is Leroy Butler.
That is correct.
It was called the Leroy Leap for a while, I believe.
That's right.
And now we're going to show the point totals on the screen here. All right, and then on to round 5. This brewer is the only brewer to win 5 Golden Glove awards. John.
Robin Young.
That is incorrect.
Paul
Seth.
Molitor.
That is also incorrect. Robin for the steal.
Cecil Cooper.
That is incorrect. I'm sorry. He did win a couple Golden Gloves, but the person to win 5 was George Scott. George Scott.
Before my time, man.
Never even heard of
All right. Who leads the Bucks in all-time points per game? Seth. Points per game leader for the Bucks.
It would be Ray Allen.
Incorrect. I'm sorry. You have your kidder buzz in. Robin.
Glenn Robinson.
That's incorrect. John. Got a chance to get a point
Cecil? Was his last name Cecil?
here. I'm not allowed to give out hints.
All right. How about Sidney Moncrief?
That is incorrect. It is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The
Again,
key there was
with that
points per
answer.
game. And he played 4 seasons, but they're a heck of a 4 seasons.
Okay.
All right, and the next question. In 1970, what Major League Baseball team moved to Milwaukee and became the Milwaukee Brewers? John.
Atlanta Braves.
Incorrect. They moved from Milwaukee to become the Atlanta Braves. Seth.
Seattle Mariners. The Mariners moved to Milwaukee. and became-
Judges, are we going to allow that? I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
I thought it was the Braves too.
Oh, the answer was the Seattle Pilots.
Pilots.
You had the right city, you're wrong team.
Okay.
Sorry, it's the judges, not me.
Yeah, that's fine.
The
Judges.
judges.
Okay. No, okay.
All right, next question. Before they were known as the Admirals, they were known as this. Robin?
Milwaukee Wings.
That's correct. Point for Robin. All right. What team did Vince Lombardi coach after the Green Bay Packers?
I didn't know he did.
After the Green Bay Packers, what team did he coach?
Detroit Lions.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Doesn't hurt to guess.
Yeah.
Seth?
Bears?
Nope, incorrect. Robin?
Falcons.
No, he coached the Washington Redskins.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't win a
did not know
championship, so why even remember that, I guess. All right, on to question 34. What years did the Bucks win their 2 conference championships? We need the answer for both of the years. Seth.
Okay, so they won the conference championship in 70. What year did they win? 70. I want to say like 78 and 2003.
That is incorrect. I'm sorry. Robin?
I'm gonna say 72 and 96.
No, that's incorrect. I'm sorry.
I'd
John?
say 78 and 96.
Oh, I'm sorry. You guys are thinking too soon. It was 71 and 74, the Kareem and Oscar
Kareem
Robinson
era,
days.
Yeah.
Gotten close, but not quite going to the finals yet. All right, this is the last question before the
They
final
lost
video
the
question.
Sixers.
In what season did the Admirals win the Calder Cup? Seth.
97.
Incorrect.
Oh, they won it a couple times.
John. The Calder.
99.
Incorrect. Robin.
Come on, guys.
Throw it out there.
94.
That is incorrect. It was pretty recent, 2004.
Oh.
2004.
Except for-
They joined in 2001, so it couldn't have been any
Oh, yeah,
earlier than
right?
that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so we have one last video question here. Guys, you have your markers ready? And the video question is...
The Panther Arena is home to the Milwaukee Admirals, Milwaukee Wave, and the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame. Founded in 1951, the hall was made to preserve history and celebrate accomplishments of Wisconsin individuals involved in sports. How many individuals has the hall recognized over its 70 years?
And whoever gets the closest to the number will get the point. All right, seems like everyone has an answer. Robin, let's see what you got.
25.
25. John, 27. And Seth, 50. The answer is 143.
Yeah, there's
So-
like a million names out there. It's like,
Yeah, good luck naming them all.
yeah, I just,
All right, so Seth had the highest number there, so he'll get the points. All right, the final score is Robin with 3, John with 7, and Seth with 9. So congratulations to Seth. You are today's ultimate cheesehead. All
Yay,
right.
Seth.
That's all the time we have today. Thanks for watching from home. I'm your host, Patrick Fleece. See you next time.